Holistic Health Crusaders, Dr. Ren here, and today we're going to think about fasting. So, ever offer a friend some of your food on the fly and they're like, nah brah, I'm fasting. Oh, I'm not going to catch that from you, am I? So, what the heck do you mean by you're fasting? Most people may have only encountered this term when a medical doctor tells them no eating or drinking overnight in anticipation of some procedure. I think that's just so you don't throw up on them when they're checking you out the next day, but whatevs. You might be surprised on how many people incorporate a regular fast into their dietary limit. The average person I know in the natural health world dedicates 1 day a week to a carefully prepared fasting protocol. Sometimes they incorporate a more extensive plan quarterly. According to Wikipedia, fasting is an act of willing abstinence or reduction from certain or all foods, drink or both, for a period of time. Fasting practices may extend to other activities besides food and can even include sex. Well, that doesn't sound like fun. Anyway, there is also no new practice. Fasting has been recommended as a therapy for various conditions by health professionals throughout history in many cultures and religious practices. In a naturopathic nutshell, several metabolic adjustments occur when we fast. It gives our digestive system a break from what I like to call focusing on impending doom, or literally digesting the meal at hand. By temporarily alleviating this job from our digestive system, it gives our bodies a chance to begin focusing attention elsewhere. And it starts with cleaning up or neutralizing any free radicals that are causing damage and being delinquent. Take a look at the red guy. That's a free radical. He needs more RENergy to keep running rampant, so he's stealing electron from the blue guy, which is an otherwise healthy cell. After so many attacks, the healthy cell gets all stressed out and can't do its job anymore. Since there's no workers' comp or vacation days, the cell basically dies before its time and becomes additional waste for our bodies to clean up. The point is preventing oxidative stress, which is just a fancy word for cell damage. By doing this, we live longer and feel better. There are many different fasting approaches and opinions out there, and it's not healthy for everyone. On LorenLoreno.com, I have a blog about dry fasting and interview Steve Sanna, a friend of mine who is an expert and extremist. Check him out.
Hey Holistic Health Crusaders, Dr. Ren here at Sanna's Farmacia in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with my friend and dry fasting expert, Steve Sanna. So Steve, I hear you practice dry fasting. What is it?
Well, dry fasting is something that's been used for thousands of years with humans, anyway. We just seem to forget about it. What it does, it's a natural way for our body's ability to kind of heal itself. We do this to get rid of toxins, we do it to kind of kill off disease, and we do it to reset our whole system.
Okay, and what are some of the health benefits that you've experienced?
Well, some of the health benefits that I've personally experienced was a better clarity in my thinking, my cognitive skills, my energy levels are stabilized. I just feel a lot better, like reborn. My sense of smell is enhanced. During the dry fast, I actually get a lot more energy, and then once I start coming out the dry fast and introducing food back into my system, that's when I start to, my energy starts to go down a little bit more. But overall, I heal. If I'm starting to get sick, my body's ability to heal will enhance, and I basically get rid of the sickness.
So how long have you been dry fasting for, and who would you recommend this holistic modality to?
I've personally been dry fasting for the past 8 years. I do it every full moon. And 1 year I did what's called the Essene dry fast, where people back in the day, I believe they lived by the Dead Sea. The Essene people, they would dry fast for however many years of age they were. They would dry fast that many times. So if they were 10 years old, they'd fast 10 times a year. If they were 100 years old, they'd fast 100 times a year. Back then, I think I was around 35 years old, so that worked out to be every 8 days. And I dry fasted every 8 days. That kind of was a great way to do it because it was every 8 days. I didn't eat anything bad in between, so I was able to keep check. So I do it once a month now, and I do it from anywhere from 48 hours to my record, which is 100 hours, and I'm working towards going more and more each time.
And Steve, besides consulting with a trained natural health professional, what would you recommend for dry fasting beginners?
Well, I would recommend maybe doing, starting off with a juice cleanse or something like that to begin with, and then, after a month, introducing a dry fast, maybe just 24 hours to start off with. And of course, seeking help from somebody that knows about this, and to do it properly. So you got to slowly get into a dry fast and then slowly get out of it. You can't just stop eating and drinking everything or anything like that.
And besides the blog we co-authored on RENterviews.com, which includes some cutesy little videos, where can we find you?
Well, next time you come up from the States, come visit us in Toronto. We're at 2096 Queen Street East in the Beaches, and if you say that Dr. Ren recommended you, we'd be happy to give you a free elixir.
Thanks, Steve. So again, I encourage you to consult with a trained natural health care professional for more information on fasting. Now it's time for Name That Leaf. Is it A, Swiss chard, B, ginkgo biloba, C, beech leaf, or D, bay leaf? The answer is A, Swiss chard. When it comes to being the world's healthiest vegetable for nutrient richness, Swiss chard ranks second compared to spinach. It contains a unique source of phytonutrients called betalains, which also gives the stem its unique color. The reddish-purplish stems have beta-cyanin pigments as well as beta-xanthan pigments, which give some leaves more of a yellow color. These colors mean it's good for you. The vibrancy of the color equals the freshness of the vegetable. In addition to mineral content and being high in vitamins K, A, and C, Swiss chard is especially great for antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, digestion, and detoxification support. Now let's wrap it up literally by mentioning some of the latest health trends when it comes to food wraps. Number 1, instead of using tortillas and taco shells that can be high in carbs, GMOs, and additives if you're not careful, how about introducing Swiss chard to Mexican night? Get creative in finding other healthy substitutes like veggie protein for your chimichanga variations. That's me having a green fiesta. Olé! Number 2, coconut wraps. They're simply made with coconut meat, oil, and water, which get flattened into a wrap. They are raw, vegan, gluten-free, and great for people on a paleo approach. I'm telling you, these coconut wraps are the newest, biggest craze right now when it comes to wraps in the health world. I initially found them Holistic Health Crusading this past fall in San Diego, and they're so new, they're only available in 3 stores in New Jersey. Otherwise, you have to order them online. My favorite use that I've come up with for them is breakfast. The recipe I'd like to tell you about is I scoop 4 tablespoons of lactose-free cottage cheese and 1 teaspoon of pure maple syrup on the wrap and roll. It's the best breakfast on the go with a good protein carb to healthy fat ratio and great for the beginning of your day. Last but not least, number 3. If you would like to make a more gradual transition from a traditional wrap and their taste, try replacing regular wraps with sprouted wraps. This way, the enzymes they contain are activated, making them easier to digest and technically gluten-free. And that's it for today on Think Healthy with Dr. Ren. Mwah. Smooches.